to your phone, like an Amber Alert, like evacuate. I get alerts from Denny's. There actually was a bunch of houses right here that aren't here now. You can see, look how big the river is, like the riverbed. Holy, look at this Dollar General, bro.
It blesses your heart to see the way people have come together.
Yeah. I heard like 4 different people talking about like how everybody's just worried this initial hype's gonna die away and people are just gonna forget about it. And really none of these communities can afford to be forgotten.
Your guide to the truth. The new AmericanMedia.com.
Grizzly. We are headed to Weaverville to drop off some donations. We're going to be going through some pretty flooded out areas. Really, we're going to kind of go in and check in and try to make some connections with some people down here. And we're taking a big load of supplies, and then we're going to head over to Newland and hopefully get some volunteer in and just kind of see what people need. I don't really know what to expect until we just get down here. Everybody that I know that has been down here has said like it's like worse than you can really imagine, or like watching it on a camera doesn't really give it any justice. So I guess we're about to see for ourselves kind of the real situation. There's no organization. There's no like feds stepping in to even help kind of rally and help organize the people. It's like completely community driven support between all these counties. I think there's like 28 counties they said, and 26 are in like a pretty devastated state. So
FEMA's response has been underwhelming, or it's been zero, it's been non-existent, something along those lines?
I can't say it's been zero, but from what I gather, nobody's even seen any of them, period. Like unless you're in Nashville, they've went to a few places to do like assessments, whatever that means, to see if they can get funding, and then basically they're like, oh well, we can't, so bye. At this point, basically people are just being told their lives and their towns aren't worth the extra money from the government. So
thank y'all so much for coming.
Yeah,
we just opened yesterday.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to, if anything, we're just helping people find their way to family and telling them what roads they can take to get around roads that are washed out, and
right now people want to help, but it's so hard to get a hold of anybody and figure out who needs what, and nobody's really stepping in to like try to organize the people, and it's just people helping people the best they can. So.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how the economy is going to build back here, because most of these towns are Appalachian Trail towns, so they're really dependent on the tourism, on like people coming to hike and bike, and a lot of these towns are on the trail, so people hike through and like stay there, and that's when they make all their money, is during that season. The whole Appalachian Trail is like, there's landslides, like the trail's gone, there's new waterfalls, there's so who knows how many people are even just like lost in the woods right now, and not being searched for because everything else is going on.
Do we know how many people are missing and unaccounted for at this point?
There's the mainstream narrative. As far as I know, there's still like 10, 15,000 missing or unaccounted for, and it's hard to say what those numbers will look like.
Fill up any jugs with water you can. Water.
Good point.
And batteries for flashlights. Things that you can eat without heating up.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And
always be prepared.
Always be prepared.
We're probably gonna see like a year from now before they do like official tests and stuff. And that's just kind of a way, I think, for, by then people will kind of forget about it and there'll be another thing happening and they'll kind of release it. People will just be like, oh, well, that was bad. My mind's blown that how many places there was not like any federal rescue mission, period. There was just no rescue effort. And now they're just saying like, oh, we can't afford to do recoveries, it'd be too expensive. That's just so mind-blowing to me. It's sick. we're supposed to be the richest country, the most powerful country. We got all the resources, and they didn't do it. So now it's up to us. You know, what do we do with that information going forward? Because it's just a matter of time before more things happen like this. And do we want to keep like paying these people? The most positive thing is this is forcing people to remember what they're capable of, and it's forcing the people to come together. And it's a reminder of what's important. And it's these communities are devastated, but now all they have is each other, and there's a power in that, and there's something special in that too. So, but what hurricane like gets all the way into the Appalachian Mountains and is still a hurricane? You know, like usually by the time it's here, you might get like a tropical storm or something. You might get just some like heavy thunderstorms, like heavy rains, but like it hit this place, it was a freaking hurricane, you know, like straight up, like didn't break apart at all. Because usually they'll hit the coast of Florida, and by the time they're at mid-Florida, they've like weakened significantly. So how do you get all the way to Nashville? But there was no notifications going to your phone, like an Amber Alert, like evacuate, like this town, this area evacuate. No, I just happened to look at Facebook and was like, oh, holy fuck, like, do I know anybody that lives here? Like, I need to call them, you know, like, get out of there. Like, nobody knew about the shit. It just came like in the nighttime, and just a lot of people just went to bed and just didn't wake up, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I get alerts from Denny's like once a week, and I haven't eaten there in 20 years, and I don't know why they have my number. So why the fuck can't the government text me that there's a damn flash flood? You know what I'm saying? That's insane. Like, if Denny's can do it, the feds can fucking get their shit together. That's all I'm saying. Like, this whole area, the Appalachian Mountains, this is the place that I've always felt safe, and the place that I love. And all these towns, it's literally like a nuke went off, and they're just gone. And now everybody's having to figure out how to put that back together. Nobody has the right answer, and we're not getting any guidance from anybody else. But there actually was a bunch of houses right here that aren't here now. You can see, look how big the river is, like the riverbed. Holy fuck, dude. That's like a pretty small river too, man. That's like none of those. Happy to see some places that are okay, and then obviously there's a lot of people that aren't okay, you know, even right there. It's just like one little spot. There's definitely just like a bunch of houses that used to be there that are just completely gone, you know. Yeah, I think the biggest thing going forward from here is hopefully people will be aware of how difficult this is going to be for all these communities to recover. It's going to take years, and it's basically coming down to other small town communities that are going to be sponsoring individual families and bringing resources from their communities directly to them, spending their gas and their time to make sure all these communities stay alive long enough to rebuild the entire infrastructure from the ground up and try to open up the Appalachian Trail and get tourism back. I mean, that's going to take years and years and years. This is going to be a long process, and hopefully we can get people to come together and support some of these families that aren't so close by, because it's going to be eating up and just be taxing on everybody down here. So really, it's hopefully we can bring more of the country together to realize this is going to be an ongoing issue.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be an efficient supply chain.
Yeah, no, the way that it's going right now is not going to be sustainable, especially through winter, because the moment it starts, it snows down here quite a bit. The moment it starts snowing, it's going to be, for people like me, it's going to be that much harder, and everything's already muddy, like everything's been like washed out. So once there's snow on the ground, it's going to be nearly impossible to get to these people. So we got like a good month and a half, like a month maybe, to like really figure out how to get thousands of people set up to survive the winter. They're not going to be working. They're not going to have any power. They're not going to have clean water. Some of them, a bunch of people aren't going to have electricity even a month from now. So this is far from over, man. Like, I really don't, it's not going to be sustainable unless the feds or some really big private individuals start like doing some organized, directed relief and response, because towns like mine can't keep helping forever. You know, it's just not going to be sustainable. So most people are like still having to try to work while trying to help everybody else. There needs to be, like I said, this is,
yeah, imagine if we had a federal emergency
here.
management agency that could, like, you
Yeah,
know,
that would be crazy. Like, what if we all took a little portion of our money every like week or month and like gave to something like that, so if anything happened, oh wait, it's gone.
there should be a coordination of resources.
Oh, there's
from full-time people whose job it is
there's no money
to do this.
to do it, apparently, from the federal government. So yeah,
But
gonna have to be
congratulations, $157 million to Lebanon.
yeah.
Not North Carolina.
We're in Weaverville. A lot of these guys, most of them are like volunteer firemen. They're basically taking donations here to put on these different trucks. This was a safer place relatively, but it's kind of right in the middle of a lot of heavily hit towns. So from here, they're able to get donations onto these trucks and deliver them to the other towns around and in Nashville. So
I just need to ask, man.
Yeah, we can pay that. We give them some.
Emergency supply chain.
This is what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Alright, let me check. Thank you.
You said that name? Oh, there you go.
Feels like we're not getting the real story here.
Everybody can lose a house in no matter what situation, fire, storm, wind.
Yeah.
But to lose your whole livelihood and everything, I mean, that's the part that's kind of griping me. Is
And your whole community.
Yeah.
Lose the entire neighborhood. That's what we're just here trying to do, is like, let more people hear the story.
Yeah.
More people need to understand, like, this is not okay.
It's not
This
being put
is,
out there enough, for sure.
and it's not fixed. You know, it's like people have moved on to new things, and
For sure.
I don't know.
I think it'll be long since this hurricane hits Florida too. That'll be their focus. And you won't hear anything up here.
Yeah, it'll be washed out of the news cycle.
Yeah.
Being prepared is one thing, but, you know, something like this comes along once in a lifetime. Wasn't nobody ready for this.
No.
I've been fortunate for where I'm from. You've been there. We've been very fortunate. I got you won't hear me complain about nothing. I worry about the other people. And I admire Hunter's. He has a passion for it.
How did this first drop off go? How you feel about it?
Very good. Went good.
We got the things that they asked for
Yeah.
as much as we could.
We're still going to need probably blankets, sleeping bags, stuff like that to bring back.
Okay.
But right now, I think it went well.
Heck yeah, awesome. On to the next place again is what?
Newland,
Newland.
North Carolina.
All right.
Apparently, they got hit pretty hard. So, where we're going now, I know the church we're going to had 2 feet of water in the church. I think the pastor lost his home. So,
Okay.
I think they got it pretty rough. Just do whatever you can to help somebody else. You're going to make me cry.
Well, that's what it is. We're all just trying to do something.
Yeah.
What, are we going to sit here and watch? Like, we're
Kinda
just going
feel
to ignore it?
helpless. Yeah, well,
Well, we're going to ignore
a lot
it?
of people are.
I know, but those aren't people.
No.
I don't know what we call them, but like those
And
aren't
I tried
people.
to raise him to be, you know, always do for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it could be us next time.
There but for the grace of God go
Right.
I. Exactly.
These people can be in our town
Yeah.
the next time doing for us.
The golden rule: do unto others as you wish they would do to you.
Exactly right.
Just try to pay goodness
My
forward.
mom always told me, you treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do.
Well, this is good. On to the next one.
Yep.
Let's crush it.
Ready? New one.
In a time like this, they're busting ass. They have good people behind them, but there's just not enough. I mean, you guys are talking to the locals, and nobody else is helping. Just because people here are strong and capable doesn't mean they don't need a ton of help right now, you know? So that's why I'm not encouraged. I'm honestly just more and more disappointed that there's not more being done from big picture. Like, they're even saying, like, this is not sustainable. Like, we're worried about what's going to happen in a couple weeks or a month. Like, that's what's on everybody's mind here. Like, yeah, we can do this for a while. Like, we got each other's back, but when winter gets here, and also, like, to rebuild a city or a town without aid from, like, big, you know, the government or huge corporations with billions of dollars, like, if you have to do that out of your pocket, like, and what I'm hearing is they're supposed to be refrigerated trucks to be like temporary places to hold these bodies. They're supposed to just be kind of like filling them up with body bags, and they're supposed to be like sitting until people can identify them. Until they do that, they don't really have to claim that there's a death. But a lot of these places don't have power or reliable power, so I'm hearing that, like, basically the bodies are sitting there rotting and they're not going to be identifiable. So who knows how long it'll take for an accurate body count, or if they'll just count those as missing people and just move on. Like, but yeah, it's basically what's happening from what I'm gathering. He confirmed that he knows there's trucks like full of bodies, and he was super surprised. Like, he didn't know, he's a local. He was surprised that the narrative is being told of, like, you know, a couple hundred here, like 40 people here. He was like shocked, and he was like, man, there's bodies full of people that just they can't be identified. So that came from him. It's not just a supply line. The community's doing the cleanup, the community's doing rescue, the community is doing supply support, the community is digging up dead people and trying to, you know, sort through that. So, which is really dangerous. Like, people are also like reporting getting really sick around some of these areas and stuff. That's why if you're gonna like dig in the mud or do anything, you have to wear like full PPE, like mask, full suit, rubber gloves up to your elbow, tape it up, you know. Wow, that's a lot of mud.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Look at this Dollar General, bro.
What are we even looking at here?
Basically, you're
What
looking.
is
You can
this?
see the water line. You see the water line?
Oh jeez.
Look, you can see the water was on the side, up there on that second window. You
Oh
see
man.
that? That's so much water, bro. If you think
That
about
is,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Considering
From that
the
creek,
values,
that
yeah.
little ass creek that wouldn't even go over your ankle hardly right now, was
And-
on
Wow.
the second story of that house less than a week ago.
and if that
Or a
place
week ago.
hasn't been treated, you could probably just condemn it.
Oh no, all these houses will have to just be, because they're full of mold. Like, if you don't rip that shit out immediately,
Yeah.
you got a week, and I mean, it's done.
Everything's
Like,
gonna be
it's
infested,
just so
yeah.
full of shit and mold and chemicals and everything else. Like, will never be safe to breathe and live in there. Even the houses that are standing are just gonna have to be torn down. That is crazy, the water line on the roofs like that.
And that's from like this little
That's,
creek
that
down here.
little tiny creek.
Waking up to knee-high water in the upstairs bedroom.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
That's a bad day.
I I was just saying, like, it speaks a lot that the mainstream constantly, all they do is like show people the worst shit going on in the world that they should be afraid of all the time. And then an actual situation happens that's super horrible, like a natural disaster, catastrophic. And all they're doing is telling people, oh no, there's nothing going on, nothing bad happened. You know, like they're usually, that's the fuel they're looking for to scare people. And now they're just like super underplaying it, which is such a different move than what they do all the time, you know? Like, we just
Drop-off center.
Church,
Entrance temporarily closed to the RV resort. Oh, Jesus.
this whole gas station's modded out, even, you know, like. Oh wow, look at this gazebo's there. All these buildings. Oh shit. You know, these are all local businesses. Almost everything.
Okay, and then just, you can set out stuff right here. It'll be great. Thank you all, and God bless y'all so much. Y'all are awesome. We appreciate it. Yeah.
This is my son. They're all with us.
Oh, okay.
We've got it.
So this church was flooded and all this stuff has been taken out of the church and just put outside from the flood damage. Very sad situation.
The fire department knows more of that kind of
Yeah.
need out. We're just trying to, anybody who comes by here, to get the word out that we're here with supplies.
You guys got your
And
hands
then
up.
we have a crew that's in the church doing, but yeah, we've got a crew. We got a schedule for people to keep out here going for a while, as long as we
Do
possibly
you all
can.
have a need to get stuff here to people that can't?
We have had several trucks that have come and to get, like the other day we had somebody that said, oh, there's people across the creek with no bridge, that they're taking their ATVs, so they loaded their truck down from our stuff and then taking it to them. So we've tried to spread the word, come here, get whatever you need and take it to whoever, if you know of somebody.
You know, 'cause
Yeah.
there's so many rumors going around.
Oh, I know, and there's a lot of untruths, but then there's a lot that unfortunately is true.
I'm trying to
around
disconnect
here,
with real
yeah.
people, see what they need.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm trying to make ourselves useful.
Yes.
But we got a bunch of stuff we need to get rid of, get in people's hands too, because I think it's going to be more than just 2 or 3 weeks. It's going to be months.
Yeah.
You know.
So there needs to be some sort of middle step toward rebuilding. Like they just need to stabilize room and board, sanitation, electricity.
And you know, our
basics.
county manager and sheriff and emergency personnel are awesome.
Yeah.
They've been doing such a good job, and I'm sure they're just exhausted too.
They have to be.
Yeah.
And the Fed support is here. Like you said, it's here somewhat.
Yeah. I guess.
I just feel like more could be happening.
Yeah. But you know, we've seen so much rain on tops of mountains.
Yeah.
That
unusual.
Just waterfalls coming down mountains, falling in, you know, going in the creek and feeding the river basins and stuff. And it was just overwhelming. So you never dream of mountaintops get enough water to flood, and then you got the landslides on top of that. So,
Yeah, and it all rolls downhill.
but you know, it's really blesses your heart to see the way people have come together
Yeah.
and to help each other.
It's the best of humanity during the worst of the times.
That's right.
I like your system. It's very organized.
So I'm still alive today, and my son has a big passion for helping people. So we're supporting him in this and trying to help him. But this has broke my heart sitting here watching this today. But the power of prayer is still working, and I'm living proof, walking, talking, living proof. This man is too. He's been about dead 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times. Yeah.
So we have
He's
a lot.
raised me up again too.
Yeah, we just got done dropping off some supplies at the Church of Jesus Christ in Newland, North Carolina.
And we're now entering Tennessee.
And yeah, we just entered Tennessee. We were able to, they still really need a lot of stuff. It was a good connection to make. The whole town pretty much got wiped out by this little creek, and 6 of the 8 restaurants that were in the town are completely destroyed. The church had 3 or 4 feet of water in it, so they're having to completely trash everything and cut out all the drywall and insulation. Everybody's just trying to kind of band together and take care of each other. And most importantly, we're getting to talk to real people and make real connections. So as we plan going forward into long-term recovery, that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Just have some people I can reach out to and see who needs what, and these communities are going to need support for months and months to come. So feel good about it. It's good to get down here, good to make some connections. That town was considered to be like kind of mildly affected comparatively, and even to say that, like, because that town is completely like devastated, like as far as like their economy and a bunch of families, and like basically the whole downtown just got flooded out. So it's weird to me, the disconnect between the reality here and what's being projected to the rest of the country. And people down here don't even know, and people up there don't know. But people down here, they seem to be holding hope, you know, and they're holding
Food distribution. Yeah, a lot of these places, as you drive past, there's so many points that are collecting supplies.
I heard like 4 different people talking about like how everybody's just worried this initial hype's gonna die away and people are just gonna forget about it. And really none of these communities can afford to be forgotten. Especially, they've already been forgotten by the federal government, so we're just gonna have to keep making noise about it and keep trying to get people help. And this will be like a lifetime thing for some of these places to just remotely get back to what they used to be at all. School is gone, bro.
That high school got hit.
That school is gone, bro. Really, the biggest thing is we need honesty, transparency, and communication, you know? And then we need people to take initiative and just make it happen, because nobody's gonna do it for us. It's gonna take a bunch of people that care about people, not about money. Like, care about what's right and do that. You know, if you can help, then help. Do what's right.